The second one.
This is on, so you can choose whether to use it or not. I won't use it because I think everyone can hear me. Hi everybody, my name is Blaze, and I'm one of the owners of Busybird. Kev up the back there is my husband. He's the photographer and illustrator, and I'm the publisher, and I also do a lot of editing and stuff here. And there's up the very back there. There's up the back there, the hat on, is our publications manager. So we're the three people that make up Busybird full-time sort of thing. We have other people that help us out. So Busybird is really, we hope, a place where people can come and get excited about any artistic projects, whether it's writing, painting, songwriting, anything. We're always open to any suggestions if anyone wants to use this space for something. And we hope that it's sort of a place that they can drop in and have a chat and things like that. So these open mic nights are designed to create a bit of community and also for people to try out their work or people to listen to work, and it's a really great way for improving your writing by hearing. So can I get Barry to come up, please?
Now, we're all people with huge imagination, so tonight you need to do a real triple flash flip with your imagination, and you have to imagine. Alright, so Barry has been putting together a website. This is where I come in. I'm one of his guest writers, and I'm helping him with the website. So, there we go. Alright. Oh, I've got a little sign here that says there's an updated version, which is great. Yeah, thanks. All right. If you want to hear my theory of evolution, I can give it to you in one word. Nagging. I'm cold! Get me a bear skin! I'm still cold! Net fire. Mate, the wheel was invented because she went shopping and expected him to carry it home. Now, if you don't believe me, to listen to it. Now, you think this was a question, but let me tell you, it's an accusation when Felicity says it. We both looked around to see what we were doing, you know, just in case the kid naughty or something. Then he hasn't been caught doing something, then he does something stupid. Oh, doll, could make this cheese so toasty, could you? Could you, darling? And he's got a dumb look on his face. The one that my dog gets when she's bombers, not really caring which team lost, so long as one of them did, and wouldn't be up against our cats next week. I was having a ciggy, and Crabs did not complain even once that my ash was being flicked on the floor. Footy was getting good. Someone was getting down, there was danger of a goal, and the door opens, and there's Felicity. Now, how Crabs ever scored a missus called Felicity is one of the mysteries of the universe. You can't even make fun of it. Felicity. Bazza laughed and said it was because Crabs said she said. If Bazza laughed and said it was because Crabs thought she said fellatio, but I didn't get it. Anyway.
Did you tell people what your real name is?
Oh, I'm Sue. Mine is Sue, sorry. Yeah, because it wasn't
boy named Sue.
Yeah, I had that a lot. Look, before we do the... His details are on here, and he's putting this together. The website will be operational in about a week. If anybody wants to put their stuff up, no charge, pop stuff up, just email him and he'll send you the details.
No, that's all great, but we don't care because we want to see the man himself. Tell him back.
All right.
No.
We'll have some poetry now from Emma. Who's Emma? Emma's hiding. Hi, Emma. Got the microphone?
Right.
assignment in school. Before I started, I didn't really know anything about poetry, but as I started working on it, I started to like it. The first one's called I Wish For You. I could wish for a dog or a cat, but why wish for that? I can wish for happiness across the world, no wars ever again, but I will wish for you. I could hope to move mountains or to rule the world. I might dream of space or just to win this race, but I will wish for you. Nobody will live forever. I wish to see you smile one last time. I hope the end opens a new door for you, everlasting adventures for you. And wherever you go, I wish that I see you there, when I go too. My wishes might not come true, but I know that my life echoes in my head. I hate you, you shouldn't exist. Angry wind whips, urging me to go back. I dodge lightning to make it to the ocean. It roars as I let it swallow me. I fight against the monster pulling me down. I thrash around to get back. I can't head now, but the wild, remorseless brine releases no prisoners. I gasp for air before a fierce wave traps me under the black pool of death. The ocean is at war. I am carried out to the battlefield. I die fighting back.
Thanks, Emma. Have you been writing poetry for a long time?
Just this time.
Yeah, cool. Well done. What school do you go to?
Our Ladies in Heidelberg.
All right. Can I get Coral to come up, please? Coral's going to read some fiction called Beekeeping.
She was drawing a picture in the dirt in the nature strip outside where she lived. There was a house with a chimney with smoke coming out of it. She'd seen pictures she had flowers. She would ask if they could have some flowers when Mummy woke up, when she was better. Last night Mummy was naughty, so Daddy smacked her. She had to be very quiet because when Daddy smacked Mummy, Mummy had to take medicine and stay in bed all day. She ran her finger down the pathway with the flowers alongside it, then her whole hand backwards and forwards until the picture was again dirt. The little furry dog from the house next door skidded past and she jumped to her feet and chased it, stopping at the top of the hill to watch the snake with no end. If she could get even higher, she would see its tail. Grasping the wire with both hands, she moved her weight from her knee to her foot and dragged the other up beside her. She could see the driver's face clearly now, frowning at her. Soon he would be smiling, laughing. As he rumbled towards her, she let go of the fence, stood and threw her arms wide. The bees carried her up and out over the snow.
And these, I thought I would just tell you a little bit about them. They're actually, the art's done by Rob Barker. He's actually written a novel which he's working on at the moment. And he was telling me about the illustrations that he'd done just to help him visualise the novel. And I asked him to bring them in, and I said, they're really good, you should do something with them instead of just having them under, well, he actually lost them at one stage, so we hid them or something. So it's actually really, if you're writing a novel or a bigger piece, it's actually quite good, I'm not saying you have to actually totally illustrate it, but sometimes it's good to actually drawing pictures or maps of the story. It helps you actually get a good idea of the structure of your story.
This is my legacy from the medieval Italian poet. It's got another version of, I think I read this in Italian. It's called Farewell to Malfa. Malfa is a little town where I was born. And I go there every year. And where I get my inspiration, go back to someone asking me a question, where I get my inspiration from. Go back to my little town, I get inspired. I was one morning, it's called Angel. You glow like an angel. Lucifer was the chosen one. Your piercing eyes mesmerize your limbs. Your lips are like a boa constrictor. Your forked tongue resembles a dragon. Your hot saliva is pure curare. Your pearly white teeth belong to a vampire. But there's a story to it, and actually it's a true story. Because when you're young, then you fall in love, and then you break up, and then you say, that's the end of the world. Okay, it's usually when one sort of breaks up, what it does, it commits suicide or something like that, But I thought it was it. I took Alicia by out.
Thank God.
Farewell to the paintbrush. I look at you in sadness, my dear old friend. Rest on the palette, my dear old brush. We painted many pictures, but never created a Raphael. You're solitary, taciturn and sad. You too understand this girl life. Everything turned into a cemetery when she declared. Finished when she said adieu. Today art has lost its beauty. What is use of painting or creating when in our heart there is only suffering? No longer we have that enchantress to inspire us with beauty and love. How can we create new forms when every colour is black? In their glorious days, my dear brush, farewell. The last destiny separates us. I leave you all my memories as I begin my long, lonely journey into the unknown.
So Marcello is going to have an exhibition here next February, April, yes, next year, yeah. And since I was up before, Rob is an artist here, he's turned up, he's hiding up the back. I'll talk to him later. Just so you know, Kev is videoing everything, and we do try to put it up on our YouTube channel by the end of the week. If you absolutely don't want yourself up there, please let us know and we'll cut your piece out. But we just, and if you want to go back and look at anything, we're ready to almost publish the next issue, issue 6. And our next reader is going to be in that, Gina. So Gina, would you like to come up and have a read? I don't think you're reading from that story.
No, what's the bother of it?
Okay.
Really, thanks. I didn't really have anything to read tonight. I'm down on a laptop at the moment and it's a bit depressing, but my friend's come to read and I said I would if she did, so by way of encouraging her.
I think it was the other way around. It's lucky.
But I've got to, I'm going through really old stuff and I came across.
Maybe afterwards we might have a mess around with the guitar. I'd love that. I'm not sure it's your style. But
Hey.
and just if you're any luck, I'm for the tango tonight, so anything's possible. We'll talk.
But I wrote this poem, flying back from,
About readings. Sorry, I can't see very well at the back there. Les has written a blog about the importance of actually going to readings and reading your stuff aloud, a bit like what I was saying at the start. It really does help you improve your craft. So it's a good way to mix with other like-minded people and share ideas and stuff like that. So we now will ask Meryl to come up to the front, please. Meryl, have you got poetry?
I've got poetry.
Yes, great. Welcome.
We're coming into the summer season, so this is Fireland Day. Dogs pant, stretched under dusty cypress hedges, pregnant with birds and seagulls and spidery hairnets. Agatha, Gail and Dorothy Sayers, respectable matrons with blood on their pens, trapped in the mesh of hand-held swing bags, threepence a week for mating and mystery, passion and romance and threepenny dreams, for lives staked out by paling fences, bound together with washing lines, and the smell of books and bodies and glue and the lukewarm and this little library shop, really just a shop front. But there were no public libraries at that time, except for the big one in the city. This little sort of privately owned shop front library was only open at night, and I used to go there occasionally with my straining of a billion pair of ears for the footsteps of a Saviour who will wash them with his tears. Screen door slams and a baby wakes from sleeping. Clothes, stiff as bones, stir on backyard heroes. South wind pulls us back from the edge of the river. Life resumes with voices calling. Change is here.
Was safe with him around, and all her girlfriends were talking about him. One even said that she would castrate the mongrel if he was mine. No matter how she pleaded with him, he took no notice and went his own way. She still loved him, but was fast losing control of herself. They couldn't go anywhere. This is a bit of reminiscing. It's a trip down memory lane. I love to curl up in my bed and listen to the rain, drumming on the iron roof and on the window pane. The smell of warm, fresh baked bread with crusts that you can crunch, cut in slabs and buttered, it makes a lovely lunch. The sound of children's laughter and all the linen folded, stacked neatly in their rows. Camping by the river, a mug of billy tea, quietly contemplating with a rod across my knee. The taste of toast cooked on a fork over glowing embers, the laughter and the fireside chats as you sit with family members. Rows and rows that if she wanted to stop him from straying and keep him home, she would have to take drastic measures. Then she had this brilliant idea and wondered why she'd never thought of it before. She slept like a log after that. Morning came and she didn't even bother to check whether he had come home. If he did, he would be sleeping it off somewhere like he always did. One morning she even found him sleeping on the laundry floor. One thing was for sure, he would not be sleeping in her bedroom again until this matter was resolved. That ugly old hag pretending it's me. I feel so damn young, I'm still in my prime. Oh, what I'd give to turn back the time. But these things don't happen, so I'll go with the flow, except that it's happening as older I grow. The brain is still active, it's thinking it's young, but the body says, woo, before you've begun. It's frustrating, it's maddening, and to make matters worse, you find what you can't do, why, it's almost a curse. Oh, thank you.
So we might have Rob up here next.
Oh no.
I am the master. Rob is the artist who put all these images together, and he's going to read from an extract from the novel.
Yeah, actually, just have to ask you about that. You know, the stuff I've read before is like 2 pages long, whereas this is like 7 pages or something. It's
Maybe
actually
read the first 2.
2 pages. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, cool.
How closely?
If it's disappointed, no.
2 pages. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sentence ends on 2.
Oh well, go to the, round it off.
Yeah, right enough.
If it goes over the page, it's fine.
Once you've turned that third page.
We'll be on to it.
We'll be down on you. Southern Bruce,
Thank you. Cool. Okay, so this is the first chapter. It's called That Was Not Very Nice, and it's from a novel also titled Universal, which I haven't started editing, correcting as yet. Liz very kindly did the script all. Thanks, Steve. Memory in brief. I was a cabinet maker that became retrenched through lack of available work. I decided to make use of my accrued annual leave and invent something. Our German grandfather was an inventor from our mother's side. My brother also came to visit me, and that's all I can remember about that. We had acted weird, memory in brief. I remember having woken up on the sofa with warm coffee spilled on my jeans. I looked over to the argument, memory in brief. Unless you were a single or separated parent, you probably wouldn't understand the next memory. I was missing my little girl, so I dialed Deborah's number to speak with my beautiful little girl, Courtney. Deborah answered the phone and asked if I had thought about her message. I didn't know what she was talking about. Deborah explained that she wanted her and Courtney to convert to her fiance's religion. I said no because I wanted Courtney to choose a religion for herself when she was old enough, if she wanted one. That memory didn't seem complete either. Offending my friends to entering our holiday. As I mentioned, my brother Rowan and I had decided to go camping near Auckland in the southwest of Victoria, which is in our home country, Australia. Yeah, I just have to stop there.
No, that leaves people wanting more. Yeah, actually.
But did it really?
Yeah. Now, Gay, would you like to come up? Are you going to do some poetry? Are you going to sing us a song?
Just poetry.
It'd be nice if we could have a song as well. Last time Gay sang for us, and I really enjoyed it, so maybe we could convince her to sing. Now, sorry, Gay is actually about to publish a collection of poetry, and we were actually looking through the proofs today, so it's coming together very nicely.
Which is exciting.
It's exciting. Are you going to read one of those poems?
I'll read one of those. But I've lived so long with this conversation flow, I beseech you, Lord, please heal here, please intervene, please let the unemployed man's real worth be seen. And why am I still fat? I've prayed quite a bit about that. I want to be in good communication, and instead my mind
Each step is
wanders
planned, carefully, as though through a maze. She is proud and confident, her joy illuminating pale features, but the riveting thing is her hand, resting on her unborn child, both protective and loving, her secrets
for hours. Also, Lord, do you think you could see your way to take some of my ugly fat away? If there was less of me to carry around, my disposition would be far more sound. Just one small miracle I would ask, Lord. Could you please make me only half as broad? And just another little one. A cuddle. Never underestimate a cuddle. It can pick you up when you're sad. It can help you rekindle the happy mindset you may have had. A warm little body snuggling in won't be forever, so enjoy it now. A child's love can heal you within and take away the wrinkles set in your brow. A cuddle warms your heart and gives you joy from your child, a girl or boy. They come along quickly and steal your heart, but cherish it now, for one day you may be apart.
Are you going to sing one?
I don't know, I've got a couple of songs that I've just finished writing, but I couldn't remember them. I could sing the same one I sang last time.
That's fine.
Just briefly to those people who weren't here last time, this song is about the fact that, and it's not seeking sympathy, but I have Parkinson's, and Parkinson's attacks your voice, and so it is a constant battle to keep my voice going. So, and singing is my joy in my life, and so I wrote this song about that. My joy, but soon this affliction may my voice destroy, but I've stood on the and I've soared on a song, and I'll keep on soaring as my memories go on and on. For many years I have been blessed to sing my song. Thank you.
Okay. Scott, did you decide if you were going to read it?
Yes. Cool.
You're going to read a novel extract?
Yes. So this is from a work in progress. This is a very unpolished version. It's from what would probably be a middle-aged reader novel. The main protagonist is a boy in his first year of high school.
See if any spiders are about, but he was careful not to disturb the birds themselves. Occasionally, Roy looked up at the mingling adults. They sat in the sun, on metal and plastic fold-up chairs, and they talked, sometimes stilted, sometimes fluidly. Roy thought for a moment that they did not really know each other, and they were simply there because it was expected of them. The common factor seemed to be that they lived in the same suburb, but also midday in the same school. On a Saturday, somewhere in March, and Roy's parents planned to attend the 40th barbecue for Mr. Albert Jones, who lived a few streets over from their house. Roy asked them if they would let him stay home for the day, but they wanted him out of the house and socialising with some of the neighbourhood kids. His parents were always trying to get him to mingle with other kids and hoping he would make friends that would stick, but Roy never found that he had nothing in common with them, nor did they seem interested in making him part of their play. They found Roy odd and awkward, and he found them unsatisfactory. But his parents expected him to do the things that boy his age should do. Mr. Albert Jones knew Roy's father from a semi-regular game of 10-pin bowling. Mr. Jones was married to Mrs. Margaret Jones, and they had two daughters, Sally and Annette, a few years apart, a little under Roy's age. The girls were into dolls and doll houses and tea parties and fairy tales, nothing Roy particularly liked, really. The other kids from the neighbourhoods liked outdoor play and ran around in the backyard pretending to shoot each other. Roy ventured to the side of the house where he'd seen something interesting. What fascinated him the most about being at the barbecue was a door at the side of the house that led under the back porch. The white wooden door was covered in spiderwebs, left to grow large and thick over the years. Roy suspected that under the house would be equally infested with spiders. He grabbed the padlock on the door, but found that it wasn't actually locked. He slid it off the door, which he was then able to open. His eyes adjusted to the gloom below, and he got down on his hands and knees to crawl through. The sounds of the barbecue faded, and as if he entered another world, a world of grey gleaming dustbins, but mostly seemed to have a direct line of sight to the woman's nose and her gaping nostrils. The second woman replied, "He's just strange, not like kids in the neighbourhood at all. I wonder what his parents would think of him. Maybe we should help, get him around, spend some time with our kids, that sort of thing." Heavens no, they don't like him.
Don't worry, I didn't forget about you. You're going to read from a novella? Is that right?
Hello, thank you for including me. Feeling a bit overwhelmed with all the wonderful work that has been shared so far. I haven't written before. This is my first serious go. A story came to me in a flash on Good Friday this year, and I started writing. I thought it was going to be a short story. Kept writing. I was just chatting over lunch, and she heard me say that I've written a novella. And she goes, "Oh my God, there's a novella competition!" So this is a small extract, just a couple of pages from my book, and I'll be submitting it to see how we go.
Great novella search.
Novella search. Anyway, I'm coming into it about halfway through chapter 2. My protagonist, a woman called Fran, has just been to see her doctor. "Please don't be alarmed. I've never seen anything like this before. Extremely unlikely, but your recent trips to Asia do make me wonder." Somehow Fran was already in the garage with no memory of paying for her appointment, returning to her car or driving the 11 kilometres back up to her brewed coffee. They faced each other, connected by the heavy recycled bench that they'd sanded together 7 winters ago. Her bandaged right knee bumped against the bench and she winced. "So she'd cut it all off?" Eric asked as he manoeuvred around the bench and looked over to see nothing more than a padded lump beneath her loose pants. "I wish, but she did clip it as close to the skin as she could. She clamped it first in case it was a mutant vein, didn't want blood spurting everywhere. God, it's gross just talking about it. Fran swallowed her coffee hard. I'm so relieved it's gone. Fran couldn't straighten her knee properly and was very uncomfortable on the long redwood bench. She needed to focus but couldn't be bothered hauling the data stack inside. Eric was busy, so she got up in search of a solution. Then Fran remembered the portable chameau. At the end of a short sunlit corridor was a small room that faced east. The pitched ceiling was whitewashed and gave an illusion of a much bigger space. The tall window looked out across the field.
Thanks, Helen. Every day that you accidentally write a novella, is it? So we are running a novella competition, so if anyone else has accidentally written a novella, we have some forms up on the table, or you can go on our website and apply or submit it via our website. Friday week, the 29th, when it closes. It's something that we want to start to do every year. So thank you, Ellen. So we're up to our lucky last. I like to keep a bit of music for the end. So Amanda is going to come up and recap the poem and the song. Thank you.
This song, I haven't sung it for a while, so it'll be interesting to see whether I can remember which way it goes. It's not a funny one, it's a serious one, but I wrote it because a friend of mine who is an extraordinary artist, she works in pastels and acrylics, and I often have coffee together, and we seem to spend... What it is you're doing, most times nobody sees, like Venus occultation, known only to the birds in the trees. Some days it comes so sweetly, so solemn and alone, shape nobody knew. You put it down on paper, and then they see it too. I'm not sure to go with it as a song or to go with it as a poem, because it's actually a tango when you sing it. I may actually end up singing it. Where do I start? I cannot make that video until my hair's been dyed. Can't sing out aloud until the laundry's dried. Can't be too embarrassing till those I love have died. I'm dancing the perfectionism tango. Can't find a thing to wear, wardrobe's too full of stuff. And before I start, should give my nails a buff. Locate my makeup and better shave my pits. I'm a mistress of avoiding